Hello everyone, welcome to Lucy's Larking Adventures. We're just walking along this footpath in the lovely autumn sunshine to get to our next location. We're hoping we'll be able to find lots of exciting stuff there. So we'll bring you with us, let you know when we're in and see what we can find. We've had a bit of an upgrade for this week's video. We've got ourselves some new wellies, look, matching pairs, which is pretty cool. And we've upgraded our grabbers, so hopefully that will avoid us having to get into the cold water so much, and we'll be able to get some pretty cool stuff out. So let's get them on and get in. See you in a sec. Hello everyone, so here we are, we're in the water. It's actually not that cold today, which is pretty good. It has been colder this week. We would have still been out anyway. You can probably hear the road above us. So we are following on the trail of water that we've been in for the last few weeks, which just keeps giving in terms of bottles and other exciting stuff. So there's a bridge behind me, which I'll show you in just a second. And we're going to start here and head up in front of me and see what we can find. Here's the first little interesting find. Look, what do you think this is? Some sort of car park. Maybe Ryan thought it was the front off of an old horn maybe or something. So hopefully a sign that there's more interesting stuff this side, and we'll look forward to finding it. I've spotted something interesting here. Look at this. I thought it was just a big rock, but actually I think it is glass. Look at that. That's a pretty brilliant jar, isn't it? What a size and shape that was. I wonder what that had in it. I don't think there's any name or anything on it, but pretty cool, isn't it? So hopefully that's a good sign. There might be some writing on the bottom, you know, if I clean it off. So hopefully that's a good sign that there's going to be some complete glass stuff. And then Ryan's had a little find as well. Look at this. This looks like an old caliper or something, so it's metal. So that's pretty interesting too, isn't it? Lots of metal stuff and hopefully glass stuff to be found. A couple more bottles have come out quite quickly. This looks like a little sauce one. And then this one that would have had some sort of cork or stopper. Big square one. So that's a pretty good sign, isn't it, that there's more to come. And it's just exciting to be finding stuff, really. Let me show you what the bridge looks like from a little bit further up. We have actually been through the other side of that. I found some pretty cool stuff, but we've not walked underneath it yet, so we might try and do that on the way back out. So there's lots of little bits of pottery here, and I just found this lovely piece of blue and white. Look, haven't really found sort of lots of nice decorative pieces for a while, so I'm pretty excited. Hopefully I'm going to pick up a few more today. And then while you're there, let me just bring you over here, because I've seen some pretty cool stuff that I want to get out. Excuse the change of camera hands. Look at this. An old garden fork, look. Still in pretty good condition. And then just a bit further in, I have spotted some glass. Looks like a jar. Can you see it? It is. That's a really nice one. Can't see if it's got any writing on it at the moment, but I'll give it a bit of a clean off. Oh, it has around the top, look. Let's give it a bit of a clean off and see what it says. It looks like it says Kepler. I wonder what Kepler is. I'll see what I can find out about Kepler. Yeah, it's a pretty nice jar, isn't it? So as we've headed a little bit further up from the bridge, look what we've spotted in the bank. I think we may have come across one of the sources of all the cool stuff we've been finding. So I'm just going to go in and see what I can pull out, see what sort of stuff it is. Let's start here. I wonder if it's complete. How exciting. Didn't expect to stumble across this today. Is he ready to come out? Yeah. It is complete. Look at that. That's brilliant. Lung tonic. Fantastic. That is pretty cool, isn't it? I love all the medicinal bottles. So there's going to be a bit of bank digging today for sure, because there's some really interesting stuff here, obviously. I can even see little bits of pottery up there. So I'm going to have a go, and why don't I just catch you up in a sec and see what else there is. Let's have a look at this one and see if this is anything super exciting. Looks like it's backed onto another one, so we'll just carefully... There we go, look. And this is a pretty nice one as well. This has got the tablespoons along the side. So not particularly rare, but I love them because anything with a bit of sort of decoration is pretty cool. So that was probably cod liver oil, I would imagine. And then Ryan's had a pretty neat find as well. Look at this lovely bottle, still with its contents. Look, still got its lovely stopper in it. And a really decorative stopper it is as well. What does it say on it, I wonder? It looks like it says the Darrell Brewery and Co, but I'm not quite sure about that.
I thought it said the Oak Hill Brewery.
Oh yeah, maybe you're right, the Oak Hill. Oh yes, of course it is, Oak Hill, which is actually a place nearby, which is pretty neat. Oh yeah, and look, on the side of the bottle it says the Oak Hill Brewery in Bath. How fantastic. So let me bring you back in a sec and catch you up on some other finds. I'm pretty excited to have stumbled across this today, and then of course we're still going to lark a bit further up in the water and see what has dropped down already. So hopefully it'll be a day of bumper finds. See you in a sec. Here's the next little bottle find. Look at this lovely bottle that's just come out of the mud. What a great shape, and that lovely long thin neck, look. I wonder what that was for. Pretty cool, isn't it? I'm going to dig some pottery out and just see how much of it. Look at that glorious colour coming out, isn't that fantastic? Oh, it's still pretty stuck, which might mean it's quite a significant piece, hopefully. Do it as gently as I can so as not to... There we go, it's got a bit of give. Wow, it's much more than I thought. Look at that. That's brilliant, isn't it? So hopefully a good sign. There's going to be some really nice pottery pieces here too. And then let me just show you this. Look at that. How convinced I was that that was a clay pipe. Alas, it was just a snail. So on I go. I'll bring you back shortly. So you may have spotted in the hole that I just made for that piece of plate, a little front of a bottle poking out, look. So I'm just going to dig around it now, see how much is left and what it looks like. I'll bring you back in a sec when I'm a bit closer. Okay, so he's ready to come out. It is complete, which is good. What does it say on it? It's cartons, HP sauce. I've never seen it saying cartons before, I don't think. Here's the next tempting piece in some of the greenery here. So I'm going to just try and pull it out now, see. Oh yeah, look, it is ready to come. Oh, it's only a little one. Look, that's great, isn't it? We found quite a few of these in the water here actually, so there you go. This may well be where they're coming from. So Ryan's been digging a little bit further along and he's found two things and just brought them along to me. So there's this lovely ceramic jar, look. Just, what's that, a H, a T it looks like on the bottom, but no sort of brand or anything. And this says, oh, the Bath Drugs Co. Look at that. How fantastic. I wonder what the Bath Drug Company is. I've not heard of them. But a pretty neat bottle all the same, isn't it? So, yeah, some super finds coming out of here. Pleased so far, and on we go. Here's another lovely jar, look. Similar sort of size and shape to the one that we just found in the water. I wonder what they were for. A little tiny glass bottle, almost the shape of a milk bottle, but I just wonder about the size. back in the water now for a little while just to see if there's anything that's dropped in. And we know from this stretch of water that there tends to be sort of smaller bottle dumps spread sort of quite far apart. So we're hoping that we've just found a pretty good one, but there are some more further up. So we're going to head away from it upstream, which probably seems counterintuitive, but we'll see if it works out. And on my way, I have just spotted a little bottle nestled here, look, just waiting to be found. No name on it or anything, unfortunately. But hopefully just proves the theory that there is stuff in the water to be found too. So on I go, and I'll bring you with me and let you know what I can find. Just look at this. I don't usually show you the broken bits of glass that I find because who wants to see them? But it's a really interesting shape. Is it designed to be that shape? I did think at first it's the neck of a cod bottle, but I don't think it is. It almost could look like it's been squashed. Like not on purpose, but it's just odd, isn't it? So I thought I'd just let you see it. Look how clear the water is. It's lovely, isn't it? And I've just spotted this here. It looks like it might be the edge of a bottle, so I'm going to go carefully in and see if I can get it out. Feels like a bottle, and it is a bottle. Oh, look at that. What does it say? Bath and Bristol. It looks like it says Cater, Stoffel and Fort Limited. And look at that lovely sort of insignia on the front, look. Absolutely beautiful find. I'm over the moon with that. See what I can find out about the company. I wonder what it was, some sort of ale or something. I wonder how old that is. But what a stunning bottle. Okay everyone, I'll just catch you up quickly because as I'm going along looking in water and finding my books, Ryan is looking in the bank, and it does seem like all the way along there are sort of small pockets really of bottles and, you know, I guess sort of dumps and stuff. And if you've been bottle digging before, maybe you found one of these before, but I certainly have not, and I'm over the moon with it. Look what Ryan has just found, my first one of its kind. This is a bottle that has been burnt. In the bottle dump you can still see the shape of it, look, only just a little bit of shape, hasn't it? And then in the inside there, let me just get the focus on it, you can just sort of see that it would have had that tablespoons measurement on it, look, it would have been some sort of cod liver bottle or something like that. But I mean, isn't that just incredible? I don't know why, it just is. I absolutely love it. So it is going to come home. And hopefully it's a good sign that there's plenty more of stuff to be found as well. So we'll keep looking, keep showing you what we find, and see you in a sec. Just found this really old heavy ceramic stopper. Would have been the top of some sort of bottle, wouldn't it? Or, you know, the bed warmers or something. Look at that decorative rim on it. And obviously been in the fire, I would imagine. Pretty neat. Just look at this little tiny find. Ryan's just found this in the bank. I think I love it, but what is it? Is it snapped off of something? Is it something in its own right? So it's kind of sealed that end. Looks a bit like a little hen or something, doesn't it? It's got a bit of decoration on the side, and then look, here's the neck of it. So is it like a little tiny sort of medicine vial or something? It's got a little flat bottom, so it would sort of sit like that, wouldn't it? How cute, it's so tiny. So you guys let me know if you've seen anything like it before and what it is. Brilliant find. I've just found another one of these bottles. We found so many of these on this stretch of water. I imagine they were old sort of sauce bottles or something, weren't they? No name or anything, and there's sort of a bit of the screw cap there. So there's tons of those to be found. And let's just bring you with me, we'll see if we can spot anything else. I am going quite slowly because you can see that the ground there's lots of sort of black coal and rock, so it's quite difficult to spot stuff. Do you have to take your time, but it's not going to be too boring. I'll bring you with me and hopefully we'll spot something. The side of one of those preserve jars that I like to find. Oh, look at that. That looks like the front of an old fire grate or something, doesn't it? Pretty cool. Just got that out of the way. Let's see what else we can find. Oh look, it's part of one of those insulators. I always call them the wrong thing. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yes, it is, because I think before I've called it a conductor. That was the wrong answer. Let's have a look on this rocky bit, shall we? See if there's anything cool to find here. Ryan's just having a look in a bank a bit further up, so we'll catch up with him in a second, see if he finds anything. Oh, you look interesting, what are you? Well, that is some sort of handle. A boot scraper, maybe? Definitely in sort of full leaf season now. Leaves are hampering discoveries. Look, there's the top of an old bottle there. Lots of bits of broken glass as we go further up. But also lots of whole stuff as well, so that's pretty neat, I suppose. Rock. Yes. Oh look. Wonder if Ryan sent this down to us. Just use the change of hands again. Yeah, that looks like it's come out the bank. Oh, look at that slug inside. That's quite a nice shape actually, isn't it? Surely it can't have just been bobbing there waiting for us to find it. It must have dropped out of the bank, do you think? There's a little snail in it. Let's just pop that there a sec, because I might come back for that in just a moment rather than take it now. So bits of broken glass. What are you? Oh look, an old ashtray. I wonder what that had on it. Whether it had... Some of them used to have the brands, didn't they, of the cigarettes all over them, which you obviously can't do anymore. So bits and bobs there. It's quite hard to differentiate for me, and probably even more difficult for you to differentiate between what is a rock and what isn't. So I do keep picking them up. But we've got to check. Oh look. Looked like it could have been a rock, but alas, it is not. The California Fig Syrup Co. Find these a lot. In fact, I think I found one just on my last video. Cali Fig. And in fact, one of my subscribers, Laurie High, gave me some info on this factory. Actually, I think used as a laxative. And I think, do you know what? I think you can actually still buy it, you know. Obviously not in these bottles though. But I always think they're nice, aren't they? They're not common, sorry, they're not rare. They're really common to find, but I like them, so I keep them. So that's pretty cool. Let me just carry on mooching around up the river for a bit, and I'll catch you up on what else I can find. Here's another bottle find. No writing on the outside. Looks like it's going to be a difficult one to clean, this one for sure. But look at the top. What does that mean? A cologne bottle, do you think? Nice, isn't it? So I brought you back because I found this neat little top of a sort of demi jar or something. not what they're called. And it has got some writing on it there, you know, but I can't quite see what it says at the moment. It's got a C at the beginning and then something else there. Look, we'll see if we can clean it up a little bit. But so we found quite a few of these. The interesting thing is this one has still got the cap in, which we certainly don't find. So yeah, I really love that. What a great find. I'm going to keep the two bits together just because they came together. They've been together all of this time. That I know. Oops, there it is. So it's pretty cool, isn't it? And if I clean it up and I can identify what it says there, or the sort of maker or whatever, then I will do. But yeah, I'm really pleased with that. Wow, what a beautiful little find. Sadly it's bust on one side, but you know what, I think it's really lovely. How ornate. Let's go in a bit closer. A little egg cup, look. What a beautiful design. Well, just look at that. It was only a few weeks ago that I was much further upstream here and I found my first Brill Cream glass jar, and I exclaimed at how I didn't know that they had ever come in sort of glass bottles. And look, I think this is probably my third now on the same stretch of water. Here's an exciting little collection of things. Look, you see this old tin here? They're quite common in sort of bottle dumps and that sort of thing. And then there's some bottles here gathered together. Here's my glove, let's save that. Another one of these, look. And then what's this one over here? Oh, this is a nice little sauce bottle. Is this Fletcher's sauce? Yes, that'll be. Another Fletcher's. So there's quite a lot of the same sort of brands and things here on this stretch of water. They must have just been the popular ones of the time, I suppose. But yeah, pretty neat little bottle that, isn't it? In my collection. And then I've just seen a little bit further up this. I'm going to have a look and see if... Oh look, that's a shame. Can't quite see the top of it. I'll bring you back in a sec. So here's a really exciting find in the bank that Ryan's just called me over to have a look at. Look at that at the bottom. You can see it says there Southwestern Dairies. So I'm pretty excited to pull this out. Oh look, oh, it's really sweet, a little cream jug. Oh, what a super find, a really nice green colour as well. And look, a little paste jar next to it, just to show it was for me, I guess. So yeah, what a super find. So Ryan's just going to dig here a little bit more and I'm going to go back into the water, but I'm really excited about that. Really, really great find. So I'll bring you back in a sec and let you know what else there is. Look at this, what an odd thing to find in the water. It's the back of a toilet, the U-bend I think, isn't it? It has actually got loads of crayfish living in it, so it's going to stay there. Although it was going to stay there anyway, definitely not one for the collection. So I'm just having a look along this this little sort of rocky bit, the beach as I like to call it, the little beachy bit. And it's really interesting here. There's a few little bits of bobs in between the rocks. Look at this though. Underneath the leaves, this is actually an old bicycle. I'm still carrying that egg cup over there. Look, and it's just absolutely buried. I mean, I'm sure it's not complete, but isn't that odd? I wonder how long that's been there. And then just next to it, if you look over here, look, the remains of an old fireplace. So this place has obviously been used long ago to just dump stuff. And there is just a whole array of different stuff here. But I must admit, it is pretty exciting to just kind of go and explore it all and see it all, and just see the whole different range of stuff really. It's a nice place, it's got loads of atmosphere here actually, and it's really nice to be here on an autumnal day. Look at the beautiful autumn colours. I know you can hear the road in the background, but sometimes it's just really peaceful and you can just hear the sort of leaves falling and the wind rustling them. So yeah, it's really nice. Found loads of stuff so far, which is pretty cool. Still plenty more to go, hopefully more to find, so I'll bring you back shortly. Just looking around this area a bit more and just look at the amount of stuff that's here. I don't know what that is there, that's part of something big, maybe a fireplace or something. And there's lots of bits of sort of broken old glass there. Look down there. So I'm just wondering if this actually was a bottle dump as well on the other side, and it looks like the bank might have just sort of collapsed and eroded away a little bit over time. And I know that lots of you say how sad it is that all of this is in our waterways, and it is actually, but I guess it's just a sign of how things were done, isn't it, in days gone by. I do clear up as much as I can when I'm here. The good news is that there isn't much sort of modern rubbish here, which is in, you know, stuff that's just been dumped over sort of the last few years. There's not much plastic in this water, so I do always take plastic that I find. As well, I quite often find lots of lead batteries, and I always remove those as well. I take those and put those in the bin. So we take as much as we can to sort of clear up as we go. But I guess in the past they just didn't have the facility or the sort of worries that we do about the environment. So it's interesting, isn't it? An interesting insight to how households were run, and that's why I love doing it. Look at this rake we just pulled out of the water. I mean, that's got some age to it, hasn't it? But if you look at the handle, it's got a sort of attachment there. I wonder if it wasn't some sort of like from some sort of machinery or something, maybe, just from the size of it as well. And there's just another little glass bottle over there, look, that's just come out the bank. It's just ready to drop as we spotted it. I've just dug this out the bottom of the water. Look at it, a little Ponds England sort of milk glass cream jar or something. First broken one I found, actually, and probably the first lark for a while that I haven't found a complete one, so maybe this is today's, but we'll see. Keep our eyes peeled for some more, shall we? So Ryan's gone on ahead, as he quite often does, on our larks. He's left me a little batch of things to show you. Look, some jars that he's obviously dug out of the bank, I'd say, from the condition of them. Look at them, they're really nice actually. That one's nice, it's got that little decorative bit around the bottom, look. Pretty neat. Stay there. And then look, another old number plate. 258. There really is just so much to be found here that we could kind of keep coming back here for, you know, ages, I think, and just still find stuff. So yeah, what a great adventure so far, and still plenty more to come. We're looking in the banks and in the water, and it's still coming. So yeah, super. Hope you're enjoying it. Hope you're still coming with me. I'll bring you back shortly. I'm just heading into this murky bit under these trees, look. They're all in my hair. Just to try and get to this. And look, I'm glad that I did, because it's got some sort of pattern on it. Let's get it out carefully. Look at that, what a shame that it's not complete, but look at that lovely pattern. What was that, some sort of jug, I'd say. Let's put it up here. Better grab on it, that's better, isn't it? Look at that, that's stunning, isn't it? What a shame. That lovely green colour. It's beautiful, isn't it? Another bottle, look. We're always pleased to find one of these on Lucy's Larking Adventures. Another paste jar. Here's another one of these tops, look. In better condition actually than we usually find them, so that's pretty cool. And then here's some of Ryan's finds for us to catch up with too, which is always nice to come across. Let's see what he's picked up. This looks like it's come out of the water. Oh, look at that. It's from Sherborne, which is down in Dorset. Hunt's Dairies. What a beautiful logo on there, look. A nice milk bottle. That's going to look pretty cool in our cabinet, so that one's going to be cleaned up for sure. And then these look like they've come out the bank, don't they? So the old sort of square type there. Can't see any name or anything on that one. What's this one? This one's got a name on it. Let's give it a little clean. Oh, this is United. I think we found one of these before, you know. Bristol. So yes, good digging and finding. And what's this is left? I wonder what this is. Well, I don't know. It's got to be a mystery object, surely. Maybe he's left it because he will assume that I know what it is, but I don't. Lovely red colour on it, look. I wonder whether it is a bit of brick or something. It looks like brick, doesn't it? Is that a name there? It is a stamp there, look, yeah. Well, I don't know. What do you think? Let me know what you think. And I'll see if Ryan's got a clue when I catch up with him. See you all in a sec. Oh, you look what I've just found. One of my favourite finds ever. And listen to that. It's a cod bottle with the marble still intact. Look at that. Let's give it a little wash off and just see what we can find out about it. Looks like that says Carter's. Bristol. Brilliant. What an amazing find. I love finding these. And to just have that. Look at that. There it is, look. So many broken ones today. And those sort of bits of bottles that I thought might have been cod. Found a few of those. But here it is, the first actual complete local cod bottle. And I think, so we've got 3 now at home. And I think this one might be a bit smaller. Although maybe I'm misremembering. Have a look when I get home. But isn't that fantastic? So this bank really is the bank that just sort of keeps on giving, as I've said. And there's just so much stuff dropped down into the water as well. But this is, yeah, fantastic. Super find. It's always on the sort of love to find list. So over the moon with that. Ryan's just carefully given me this to show you because we've actually never found a bottle with this sort of clasp on it. We were only just saying the other day, weren't we, to someone that we've never found one with that sort of clasp on it. But unfortunately that is all that's left of this one. But it's still pretty neat just to show you. We are just losing the light a little bit. It's getting towards sort of late afternoon now. We've been here a good few hours actually, and we've come quite a long way from where we started. So we're going to start heading back now. We'll still be larking a little bit as we go. So if we find anything, I'll bring you back and show you. But if not, I will say goodbye now. Thank you so much for coming with me. I really hope you've enjoyed this adventure. It's been one of my favourite ones for a long time. Lots and lots of bottles and other interesting stuff. A few nice pieces of pottery as well. And it just doesn't feel like this area is finished, so I'm pretty sure that we'll be back soon. We've also got some new locations lined up as well, so watch out for those, hopefully over the next couple of weeks if the weather holds. So I think I've just spotted a glass bottle in here that wants a bit of digging up. So I'm just going to go in and see if I can get it out and see what it is. Let me bring you back in a sec when I've got it out. Okay, I think I've got it free. Let's go in and have a look. Oh yeah, look, it is pretty complete. Screw top. Oh, but look at this. Oh, it's lovely. Look, it's got poisonous. And then along this side, oh, I think it's got tablespoons there. Look, so it's some sort of medicine bottle. Look. Sanizal, I think it says there. And look, it's got that ribbed effect so that you know don't drink it because it's poisonous. What a super last minute find on the way out. I'm so glad I stopped to see if it was a bottle and to dig it out because yeah, it's a pretty nice one, isn't it? To go with the fireplace that we found earlier, look at this, a nice old tin lampshade, look. It's a shame about the rust because it's got that lovely blue colour and it probably would have been quite fashionable again now, wouldn't it? Just bringing you back on the way out because we're climbing up the bank a different way out than we came in, and you can just see that this is definitely bottle dump. In fact, there's a little bottle just at the top there peeking out, so this is the next area to come and dig for sure. But honestly, there's just so much stuff here, it's unbelievable. Look over there, you can see sort of bits of pottery and what have you. So yeah, how exciting to just sort of stumble across this lovely area. Look, with so much to offer. And look, as if to prove my previous point, we've just found this little bottle on the way up. And for me, this one's a keeper. It's got a real nice look to it, hasn't it? Hello everyone, let's just do a quick roundup for you because we've had a pretty bumper haul today, so I'm going to show you some of my favourite bits. I haven't cleaned everything, just haven't really had the time to do so far, so I'll just show you some of my faves and then the rest I'll update you on next time round. So let's start at the front, shall we? You can see I've cleaned this up actually, it's come up really nice. Look, you can see the writing. It says Coombs and Company. I imagine that was limited. I think it was going to say Bell Brewery, and then I imagine that this was going to say Radstock, because that is pretty local to Bath. Still got the lovely stopper in it, which is fantastic because I find lots of broken ones of these, never really any complete ones. So to find them together is pretty awesome actually. And then this one is cleaned up really nicely as well. Look, another complete one. That's just Moshi. He wants to say hi too. We'll just wait for him to get out of the way, shall we? You could move. That's it. Goodbye. Yeah, another complete one of those, which is great. This is most probably the find of the day. I think Ryan found this little tiny glass vial. I mean, I don't even know that I could call it a bottle, to be honest. It's so small. It's pretty cute, isn't it? I really, really like it. I'm hoping that one of you will be able to help me with what that is and what it was used for. So let me know what you think. We've got my favourite melted bottle here from the Bottle Dump. Absolutely love this. I think it's, I don't know why I love it. You probably think I'm mad, but I do. Just really like it. And then some more bottles here. So some sort of plain ones, but some really nice ones. This is a Fletcher's Selby one. The long tonic, that's cleaned up beautifully. Look at that. And that says Obridges or Albridges, I don't know how you pronounce it, on the side. A Cali Fig one. This is a really nice one, the Bath Drug Company. I've never found anything with that one before, so I'll have to try, and I haven't had time actually, but I have to try and just look them up and see what I can find out about them. And then let's go over here. This jar has cleaned up beautifully, look. It's looking really good with that T mark on the bottom. And even some of the plain ones clean up really nicely. Look at that. I love that. This one, actually, I didn't notice at the time. I only noticed when I cleaned it up. Look at that. It says Pond's Extract. So I do wonder what that was used for. I wonder if that's the same Pond's that is the sort of face cream and sort of cosmetic jars, the little milk glass jars that I find. I don't know. This was my last minute find that you will have seen, the poisonous jar. That took a lot of cleaning, but it's looking pretty good there. This is a United Bristol. Looks really good, doesn't it? And then we've got some of the sort of nicer bottles, I think, over here. So this is the Hunt's Dairy from Sherborne. And they've got quite an interesting history just from some sort of early reading about Hunt's Dairy. So it started off as just a sort of local, family milk round, and then it became a family-run dairy, and is actually now Hunt's sort of wholesale food. It's sort of broadened its remit into sort of frozen food and that sort of thing, so it still exists and actually still in the same original family, which is pretty cool. And this lovely cod bottle, which probably just needs a little bit more cleaning inside. These are really difficult to clean inside. Oh look, there he goes again. But it's really nice to find a Bristol one. Carter's. This is the one that we found still with the stopper, and actually had some contents in, and I've emptied it out, and it's this lovely sort of greeny colour, and it's the Oak Hill Brewery Co Limited near Bath. Now Oak Hill is actually just a really tiny part of a sort of village on the outskirts of Bath, and again this has got a pretty cool history. I'll show you some history of that just now. Okay, and then this is also a really nice bottle. I found this one, and it's one of the nicer ones that I found. So it says here, Cater, Stoffel and Fort Limited, Bath and Bristol, and it's just got that lovely, really detailed design on the front. Look, it's brilliant, isn't it? And then don't forget my little cream jar. Never found one of these before. Really lovely colour, and it's got Southwestern Dairies just there on the bottom. And you'll remember you saw that just hanging out the bank, just ready to drop, just waiting to be found by us. So overall, what a great day at Larking. I really, really hope that you've enjoyed coming with me. Thanks so much for all your support. This is the latest video since we actually reached 2,000 subscribers, which is pretty amazing. So thanks to each and every one of you. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. Please hit the notification bell. Leave me some comments, let me know what you thought about today's adventure. And don't forget, you can also find me on Twitter at Lucy Larking, Facebook Lucy's Larking Adventures, and on Instagram Lucy Larking. Thank you and see you next time. Bye.